Today's video covers the top passenger complaints that airlines cannot continue to ignore. Stay tuned to uncover what you might face the next time you fly, as well as learn some clever travel hacks to make the most of a not-so-great flight experience. The first major complaint that passengers have is unreliable flight schedules. Delayed flights are happening all the time and can cause a lot of unnecessary stress, especially when a flight delay leads to a missed connection. The Department of Transportation tracked the percentage of 2023 flights that arrived within 15 minutes of the scheduled arrival time. Delta, Alaska, and United Airlines ranked among the top performers with about 80% of the flights on time, while Frontier and Hawaiian Airlines did not do so well with only about 68% on-time arrivals. So even in the best scenario, you end up having a 1 in 5 chance of being delayed by 15 minutes or more. That's not great, and it's no wonder that passengers are frustrated when they have to add another layer of uncertainty to an already stressful airport experience. If you are on a tight schedule, consider catching the first flight of the day. The first flight of the morning is least likely to be delayed since the plane is probably already at the gate from the night before. Flights later in the day have a higher chance of being delayed due to the incoming aircraft being late, and they also tend to be jam-packed from passengers being placed on these flights after their original flight was delayed or canceled. Let us know in the comments if you prefer to fly in the morning, afternoon, or evening. I will personally opt for a morning flight, especially if I am flying out of an airport that is notorious for delays. As you can imagine, I absolutely hate flying out of Toronto. Probably the most frustrating part of flight delays and cancellations is the number 2 complaint on this list: not being looked after by the airline when there is a disruption to the flight. Passengers want real-time and accurate information, as well as knowing their options for a refund or a rebooking if there is a travel disruption. I've been in multiple situations over the past few months where flights are delayed by an unknown length of time due to the incoming aircraft being late. In each case, passengers were instructed not to leave the gate area for any reason. Finding out that your flight will be delayed by 2 hours is preferable to being at the gate and having the flight departure time continually pushed by 30-minute intervals and leaving you hanging. The airline should be able to track the incoming aircraft and give an estimate of the new departure time. I was able to get an accurate estimate of the new departure time on my own by using the free website FlightAware. I just typed in the flight number and I could track the plane in real time, which meant I knew exactly when it would arrive and when I would need to return to the gate for boarding. To add to this, passengers want to be kept comfortable, and we like to feel like we are being looked after in the case of a delay. I was on a flight with Air Canada where we ended up being delayed on the tarmac for 2 hours after boarding the plane due to a broken AC unit. The flight was completely full and it felt like an oven. While I understand that they didn't know exactly how long the delay would be, looking after passengers with a simple gesture like offering a glass of water or a snack would have been appreciated. Another common passenger complaint is that while ticket prices continue to increase, there seem to be fewer and fewer things included. Gone are the days where a checked bag, a hot meal, and complimentary alcohol are standard inclusions on transatlantic flights. You might even find that your carry-on suitcase isn't included in the base fare. It's always wise to double-check what's included in a basic economy ticket, and if you do need anything extra, like a carry-on suitcase, which honestly should be standard, consider upgrading your fare. Also, a tip for long-haul flights is that many airlines have started charging for their headphones, and quite frankly, their headphones suck. A smart move is to bring your own quality wired headphones, or for a more convenient option, look into purchasing a Bluetooth airplane adapter that connects to your wireless headphones like AirPods. This way, you can enjoy the in-flight entertainment on the screen with better sound and comfort. Since checked bags are an increasingly pricey add-on, many passengers have decided to travel with carry-on suitcases only instead. This is contributing to the next major complaint that airlines need to address: forcing passengers to check carry-on suitcases due to limited overhead bin space. Passengers are frustrated when they pay for a flight ticket that includes a carry-on, only to find themselves in a disappointing situation of being asked to check their carry-on luggage at the boarding gate because there simply isn't enough space. I've taken over a dozen flights in the past few months, and every single one of them has required at least a handful of passengers to check their carry-on suitcases at the gate due to space limitations. This is a very common problem and a big one, since many carry-on suitcases are not built to be checked. Traveling with a quality carry-on suitcase, like the Carry-On X by Carl Friedrich, is a great way to mitigate stress in the likely situation that you are forced to check your carry-on suitcase. One of the standout features of this suitcase is its lightweight polycarbonate shell that not only looks great, but is also durable enough to be thrown around by baggage handlers. The large front pocket is a game changer since it gives you easy access to valuables like your laptop, which you will want to transfer into your personal item bag before your suitcase is taken away. The zipperless body and dual TSA-approved locks will also help keep your belongings safe from theft. Ever seen those videos where a pen is used to break into a zippered suitcase? Not a problem if you don't have a zipper. Check the link in the description for all of the details on the Carl Friedrich Carry-On X that I have here. They ship worldwide, and every purchase includes a lifetime warranty as well as a 100-day risk-free trial period. More and more passengers are choosing to fly carry-on only, not just to the costs associated with checking a suitcase, but also due to the risk involved. This leads us right into the next passenger complaint: delayed and lost luggage. Passengers are fed up by having the luggage that they check not make it to their final destination on time or at all. Lengthy wait times at baggage claim or having to head to customer service to report a missing bag is the last thing you want to do after a long flight. While it's tough to completely avoid the risk of your bags being lost or delayed, there is some comfort in knowing that the airline will compensate you for the inconvenience. Thanks to the new airline customer service dashboard by the Department of Transportation, finding out what you are owed for these disruptions has become much easier. This tool simplifies the process of understanding your rights and the compensation that you are entitled to, making a stressful situation a bit more manageable. I'll include a link in the description to the dashboard where you can filter by airline and the disruption that you experienced to discover exactly what the airline owes you. Another major complaint that passengers have is in-flight comfort. This definitely applies to the discomfort of seats, especially in economy class on a full flight where space is limited. While I can't help you with increasing the legroom, I do find that taking that free pillow that is often provided on long flights and placing it on my lower back can make a huge impact on the comfort of the seat. Dealing with wildly varying temperatures and the lack of consistency on flights is a big issue that will negatively impact your flight comfort. On my recent flight from Mumbai to France, it was so cold that passengers were wrapped in blankets, voicing their discomfort. The flight attendants told us that they couldn't do much about it. Then, on the next leg of my trip from France to Canada, it was the complete opposite and uncomfortably hot in the cabin. These extreme temperatures can make for a tough long-haul flight if you are not prepared. Having flown quite a bit, I've come to learn that the temperature on planes can be unpredictable, and choosing to dress in layers is a game changer for your comfort. The quality of in-flight food and beverage is another area where airlines are not meeting passenger expectations. Meal options are often limited, especially in economy on full flights where you may not even have the choice between chicken or pasta and have to accept whichever dish is left over. To add insult to injury, you may get something that you don't like and have it be served cold. A hack that I love is to order a special meal at the time of booking my flight ticket. This is usually free with major airlines on transatlantic flights where a meal is included. Not only does this help ensure that you get a meal that you like and are able to eat, but it also means that you'll get served before everyone else, increasing the chances of a hot meal. And for any airline representatives that may be watching this video, a simple change like upgrading from cheap plastic jugs, sometimes without a lid, to serve hot coffee and tea could make a major difference in passenger satisfaction as well. Cleanliness on board is another area of concern that airlines need to address. Full planes and tight schedules make it more difficult for airline staff to clean the aircraft thoroughly in the little time that they have between flights. The major areas of concern would be the seatback pocket as well as the tray table. The seatback pocket is notoriously hard to clean, and you wouldn't believe the things that people stuff in there, from dirty diapers to garbage. I also can't count the number of times that I have lowered my tray table to find the remnants of the last passenger's meal. A cool flight tool on Amazon is the Airplane Pockets tray table cover. This cover not only keeps your items organized and within easy reach, but it also protects you from directly contacting the seatback pocket or the tray table. Even with the high ticket prices, reduced value, and all of the other challenges that we mentioned in this video, airplanes remain packed. An increasing number of people are choosing to travel, which means that airlines can continue with their high prices and their current practices. But this situation makes me wonder, what will be the next big disruptor in air travel? It kind of reminds me of the taxi industry. For a long time, taxis had a monopoly on personal transport, often providing less than stellar experiences at high prices. Then came Uber and other ride-sharing apps, completely shaking up the industry and forcing taxis to either improve or go out of business. I'm curious to see if, and when, a similar shakeup will happen in air travel, bringing much-needed changes and improvements to the passenger experience. In the meantime, it's important to remember that all of the airline staff, both on the ground at the airport as well as in the air, are working within the constraints of the resources and directions given to them. They are doing their best in challenging circumstances and are oftentimes just as frustrated with a travel disruption as you are. While we all need to keep voicing our concerns, it's best to do so directly with the airline via post-flight satisfaction surveys, phone calls, and online complaints. I have plenty more travel tips for you, and we'll put a video on the screen now as well as link it in the description with some epic hacks to make your economy experience feel like first class. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join us back here for more travel tips and hacks each week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye.